Hello everyone and welcome to day 74 of This is the Police. And Weatherman predicts coldest temps in city history, municipality allocates 2 million for airport reconstruction, and school textbook cost rises 50% this year. All very relevant to the police. Everyone still loves me, a watched pot never boils. That's not true, I've looked at a pot while it was boiling. So you are wrong here. And Robin didn't come into work today, and Cecil didn't come into work today. The last few months I've been taking antidepressants 3 times a day, but today I ran out of my prescription. The pharmacy said they're getting more in tomorrow, but I'm afraid without my pills I'm not going to be much good. My mind keeps digging up all kinds of disturbing thoughts. Can I go home? I mean, you've not even worked a proper day yet. Yes, you can, but I'm going to have to fire you. You're too tired. Yeah, you probably are, actually. Yeah, go home. Sleep in a bit. So let's see here. Nope, nothing here. No, absolutely everything seems to be okay. She's getting sacked because she's crap. She hasn't worked an honest day yet in our police force. So obviously she's no good for us. Let's see here. What do we have? Serial murder. Oh, another one. Christ. A 40-year-old Veronica Lawson, manager at the Octopus restaurant, was found brutally murdered at her apartment. That doesn't fall in with the previous motif, doesn't it? We usually went on the relations to the mayor. Change detectives, check your sworn oath. Yeah, but I'm not firing all my fucking detectives, you dumb cunts. Let's go in here. We'll just have to fire Nava because she's a shit fire. Yeah, you're... Come on! That's bullshit. Bullshit. I'm not firing illegally. I mean, at one point we will have enough. She's not coming into work because she's depressed. Surely that's a reason in America to fire someone. We uncovered 3 frames in the serial killer incident over here, but we can't actually do anything other than give them to the feds. Which means that we have been sidelined, but we also have a attempt at murder at the hospital. I'm not sure, really not sure we have those kind of things at the hospital. A patient complained that his dentist was drilling his teeth with such fury that the man had to escape and flee from the office. All the time he was wearing the mask that they wear. But I recognised his eyes. It was exactly the same as the dentist from yesterday's news release. I just knew he was going to kill me. You know what? Probably wasn't. We'll get George Best and Gutwin down there, and they can just have a chat and find out that it's not the dentist, but probably a doctor that works at the hospital, because that's where doctors work. Moreover, what's a dentist doing in the hospital unless they've got some sort of emergency surgery situation down there? They might have, people could get injured in the mouth and require emergency dental surgery in order to survive. What about here? The dentist was simply doing his job and does not match the description of the fugitive maniac. We now have trespassing at an apartment house. An elderly woman just called in saying that some strangers are trying to break her door down. Please hurry, they're scaring my cat. We can get Hutchison and Grant down there, and they can investigate that call. Now, that old lady did have her priorities right. The cats are the most important thing in her life. She's an old woman. If she's got cats, then they are simply most important thing. That's how it is, and that's how the police should treat those calls, because it's a cat. They're good things. Vehicular accident. A biker crashed into a car that was driving through an intersection against the lights. Eyewitnesses report that the driver was drunk or stoned. He exited the car, turned on some loud music and began to dance next to the biker's bloody body. Well, he's just having a bit of a rave. Let's get Best and Goodwin out there. The neighbours are pounding on the woman's door. It's a young couple, exhausted by the yowling cat and the incredible stench. Yes, she has 50 cats in there. Ask the neighbours to move away from the door and knock. Knock on the door. Mom, this is the police. Open the door, your cats are not in danger. Yes, we need to inform her immediately because that, it also communicates to her that we're concerned about her cats. So we're speaking, we found common ground, I think is the sort of conflict mediation words you need to use. Several multicoloured cats run from the apartment and the male neighbour in a rage is trying to trample them. Control the man by striking his knee with a nightstick. Catch the cats and knuckle them. Yeah, that's what I do. Keep that up, I'll kick your tail. Just control the man by beating him because you can't do that. That's animal cruelty. So probably the right thing to do is to just punch him in the knee. Oh, another person saw someone somewhat related to the dentist. We'll get Gilbert and the Russian bloke out there, and they've arrived at a call as well down here, probably another dentist. No, that was a vehicular accident. Offender caught, officers unharmed. Obviously, civilians were harmed in a traffic accident, so they can't get that point checked, but nobody died. Nobody died. Oh, and we have an attempt at carjacking now at a parking area. A passerby saw a hooded man trying to unsuccessfully, I was about to say unconsciously, that would have been impressive, wouldn't it? But unsuccessfully to open a car door in the parking area. He's swearing loudly and nervously looking around. Well, maybe it's just the owner, but we'll get Hugh Grant and Hutchison down there and have a bit of a look around. What about those coppers arriving over here by the dentist bloke, who doesn't really matter? Yeah, another unfounded alarm, doesn't matter. Well, that's quite impressive. 2 calls right away. Drug sales at the ghetto. According to an anonymous tip, a big drug deal is about to go down in an abandoned house. There's a large shipment of heroin on the line, so all parties will likely be armed. The deal is supposed to happen on the 4th floor. But what about the other one over here? A robbery at the... Is that not where we live? Anyway, a farmer just called in and said that by the sound of his voice, he's clearly shaken. I saw my kids were gone, and I ran out into the field yelling for them, but I'm nowhere around. I looked up at the sky and saw a UFO hovering over the next field. It's the aliens. They stole my keys, and now they're taking my neighbors too. That's what I imagine he sounds like, but we get those two out there. It's a joke, mate. It's aliens. What the fuck do you expect? Jesus Christ. Over here, let's just wait and see if anyone will get back in time. The man is still messing around with a car. We're talking about the carjacking, not the gang drug thing over there. The man is still messing around inside or with the car. He breaks a window out of the driver's door and climbs inside, put out the taser and order the man to raise his hands and exit the car slowly. Wait and watch the offender open the door and order the man not to move. Yeah, let's pull the taser out, but we got 2 coppers out there. It's kind of not taking into consideration that we have 2 officers. One would go taser and one would go lethal. Clearly, that's what you do, right? But we'll pull out the taser. The hooded man is reaching for something in the pocket. Shoot him with the taser straight away. Taser, taser, taser. That's a good tase. He just needs that tase because he's not complying and he could be reaching for a firearm. And let's see here if our Russian and Gilbert is back. Yep, they are. So we can now assign Gilbert Gorshov to guard, David Mitchell, Jane Austen and Asano with SWAT and the paddy wagon. Off they go on the blues and the twos. All of the cars go out there. Oh, Christ, we now have another call. Reckless endangerment. Formal complaint. Let's see here. You have been found guilty by serious abuse of power. The city requests that your salary be reduced by 90%. Listen, there's a minimum wage law. Do you not understand this? Further, there's reason to believe that overstaffing in the police department is contributing to the increased number of service violations. So the number of employees will be cut by... Oh, get fucked. Get fucked. That's bullshit. Bullshit. The overworked farmer mistook a bright-coloured kite for a UFO. The cows were peacefully munching their hay in the stalls. The farmer's son had led them into the stables and forgot to tell his father. Unsurprisingly, we do, however, have a bit of an issue now because we need to presumably fire people, or maybe they've already been fired. I'm not entirely sure. Let's just have a look around here. Labour, I mean, we do have lots of slots available over here. I just don't really know if I can hire them. Well, we can give it a go, right? Let's go in here. Yeah, hire you for A shift, hire you for B shift. I mean, I'll just hire everyone. I don't know if they've reduced my slots or just the people I already had working for me. Let's go in here. Boom. Yeah, we can hire all of them. That's what I intend on doing. Just all of them being hired on. The issue right now, of course, drug sales at the ghetto is coming up here. At the entrance to the building, there are 4 cars being watched by 2 guards. Climb the fire escape, arrest the 2 men and climb up the fire escape and try to sneak past the guard. Yeah, arrest the 2 straight away and offender caught, officers unharmed. And we have lots of stuff going on here. No new frames found by De Brito, no new frames by Beasley. 3 new frames found here by Detective Mole and 2 new frames found in the homicide. But out here, we can assign 2 coppers and, well, we can't assign the paddy wagon, can we? Okay, you don't have enough yet. We'll just have to wait here and see if anyone comes back in time. 3, 2, 1. Boom. There we go. That should be enough. Right. Off you go. Sort it. Off you go. Yep, thank you. Your reckless endangerment call was cleared. Everybody was called. Offenders were unharmed, or officers were unharmed, and civilians were unharmed. Let's end the day here. And I'm very, very, very concerned that we will lose pretty much everyone we have hired, which would really, really suck. It just means that I just can't really deal with anything other than the most core problems that we have. Brutally murdered Veronica Larson, one's favourite restaurant manager of Mayor Rogers. There's the link to Rogers. A dentist now hunting middle-aged women. A 40-year-old woman latest dentist victim. See here. Yep, apparently, despite the fact that we cocked everything up and we're now being forced to do that, City Hall still likes us. And we're not supposed to look horses in the mouth again. But what about this now? Come on, here we go. Some friends of mine asked me to help out at their animal shelter. They're badly short-staffed. No, Narva, stop trying to get away. There was a fire at my daughter's school and my little girl was seriously burned. She's in intensive care. Can I go help her? Yes, go home for Christ's sake. Your child was on fire. While I was climbing up the stairs, I started feeling a little dizzy. No. Listen, the other bloke's child was literally on fire. It's just literally everyone on A shift. It's just genuinely everyone on A shift. Well, we are going to be fucked tonight. Let's see here. Yep, that's all we have. We got 4 officers working. We can hire more people in, which we will definitely have to do. And then we got lots of people on B shift, but A shift is fucked in the bum face. So go in here, hire you, hire Poots. No, I'm not hiring somebody called Poots McGidley Gutley. Not happening. It's even worse than Handland. Oh, Handler. Yeah, I'll find a new name for him. Leslie King, she's old. Look at that, she's old for A shift. And we now can have hire detectives. What are we doing on the detectives department? We still have all the good ones, I think. Yeah, we just need to hire more detectives. More detectives. All of the detectives is needed. Teresa Weaver for B shift and you for B shift as well. We just need them all. I'm not hiring in somebody called Poots McGidley Cuddy. Just not happening. More job slots, more races, all of the stuff over here. Police station. Yeah, I'm not hiring him. City Hall, we hope... Listen, you can't pay me that much money. It's literally against the law. I'll get my union on you. I'll get the union on you and I'll sue you for all of your money. The Interministerial Committee... So today we have 2 coppers working, and we're fucked. Is the outcome of this. All of a sudden, they need to go down there to City Hall, which is very important. Hopefully, they'll give me more money as a result. I've requested a raise. It's kind of just really pushing me in the way of showing that City Hall is bad people, and we don't like them. So we need to make money otherwise. So my idea of, not playing the criminal side and the corruption side... We'll just have to go. We'll just have to play up to that. Drug possession in Chinatown. The police received an anonymous trip that Dirty Harry Dry Cleaners is in front of a cocaine ring. Nope. Sorry. I cannot deal with that. I can only deal with life-threatening calls today. Only life-threatening calls will get our police attention. We have a call, which we can't attend, obviously, but a priest believes that the dentist is sitting right there in one of his services. The heathen is still in there, in the last row. I've got to go back on, just hurry. Sorry, I can't assign anyone, but surely in this situation, all of the desk officers out here, and all you just send them out there, massive fight. A mature woman who came to the beach to swim with her 2 grandchildren lost her temper at 2 girls who were sunbathing topless. The lady started with a number of nasty comments. When they were ignored, the woman began to beat the girls with a switch. Yelling shameless, shameless, the 2 men stood for the nudists, who soon several others joined the fight. We have an assault at the ghetto. A man came into the Black Handsome barber shop and presented a gift certificate for a haircut surprise. As specified on the certificate, he was blindfolded and trimmed, but when he saw what happened to his hair, he became enraged and smashed the mirror and attacked one of the barbers. Well, I mean, there's a massive fight. There's more people's life in danger, so assign the 2 coppers. Okay, that's sealed the deal then. We're not going out there. We're going down to here then instead. Off you go. We just have to let them fight on the beach. We don't have enough officers. But surely you'd get all the desk-bound officers that normally have administrative jobs to go out and patrol. Or you'd call the local agency and ask if they didn't have anyone. Obviously tell them to send the bill to City Hall, because you can't just take away police. That's not how this works. There are oversight to government agencies, even local governments. The man who the priest believed was a dentist was just a regular parishioner. Mr. Saunders, who had simply changed his hairstyle. Yeah, I'm not surprised about that. So, yeah, big issue this. Just for the purpose, you can't just go out and just change everything up. Assault at the ghetto. The man is threatening to cut the barber's throat with a shard of the mirror unless he fixes the haircut. Sit down in the chair and ask for a free trim. Look, you got bigger problems today than the haircut man. You don't look so bad. You should see my wife. Let's just go in here and just be a bit cheeky with him. And it worked. work very well indeed. We have reckless endangerment. A construction worker involved in a restoration of a historic building got in over his head, and the walls of the building began to crumble. Larger pieces are falling from the floors above, threatening the lives of passers-by. Witnesses report that the construction worker quickly worked his way down the rope, then threw his helmet on the ground and walked away. In this situation, I would get in touch with the city road maintenance or, any kind of just municipal agency and get them to send down some people with barricades and block off the road so nobody gets hit. But we can't do that here. Fight, offender escaped. Civilians were apparently killed in the fight. I don't know that one myself. A suspicious man is stopping cars on the road, selling handmade wooden jewellery decorated with glass and manure. Manure? Okay, that does say manure. The brooch collapsed right in my hands and the fraudster wouldn't give me a refund. How am I going to get my money back? Well, sorry. Rather sorrily here, not an issue for me. Come on, get back here. We can assign them down here. We just need to block the road. Just need to block the road. Literally, have two coppers sitting there in a car with some police tape going up, all sorted. I mean, literally, they can just put the tape up and leave. You're not allowed to go through it. It says so on it. Police crime scene, do not cross. A reckless endangerment down here. Offender court. Apparently, we arrested... What? That was not an arrestable offence. A suspicious individual is carrying a hand drill, was spotted on the bridge, flagging down a taxi. Can we just send SWAT? No. Well, that's disappointing. Yeah, he got away. I don't particularly care. It wasn't life-threatening, so it doesn't matter, but the guy over here might actually just get a... yeah, it's late enough for this, so don't need SWAT. Proceed. Okay, fuck it. We are... Can we send down with SWAT? No, even though you have SWAT support, you're not doing it. Well, okay. I need to fire you for failing. Oh, yep, good thing we didn't do that. A young waitress at the cafe noticed a man dressed in a police uniform who fit the description of the dentist. I don't think it was a gun in his hands, I think it was a drill. Yeah, what? Come on, get fucked, people. Come on. Stop being such pussies. We have a lot of reports coming in. Debrida found fuck all. Beasley found fuck all. Yeah, we got 3 new frames here. What about the homicide? Detective died during the investigation? How did that happen? What? How did he die? I would like some explanation to this. You can't just kill one of my people without giving me a reason for it. His right hand has been severed and there's bruises behind the knees. There's 3 bullet holes in his chest and a lot of blood around the body. And Mrs. Reyes, or Mindy Reyes, the waitress that found him. I didn't recognise him at first, but it's my neighbour, Edgar Sanchez. I often met him with a tough, dangerous-looking woman. They were always fighting loudly. I remember she was ugly with the tattoo of an AK-47 on her neck. Mr. Jones, I woke up next to the heart-rending... I woke up not next to it, but I woke up to heart-rending screams. But I got out of my box. Everything was quiet. I only saw a man from behind. He had a gun in his belt and he got into one of those expensive cars. He looked like a man, but he had long hair, so who knows about his prick. There's lots of fags, not frags, but lots of fags hanging around. Jay Sklar, landlord. The other day I saw Edgar Sanchez arguing in the street with some weird bloke in a hood with a cane. The guy poked Edgar in the stomach a couple of times with his cane and I thought about calling the coppers. But just shook hands and walked in separate ways. Sanchez has always paid his rent on time and in cash, though I don't think he had a job. I think he was into drugs and maybe something else illegal. The hand was separated from the body while Edgar Sanchez was still alive. How can you tell? The smooth edges of the wound indicate that it was inflicted in one swift motion. The bruises in the popliteal region was from a hard object like a nightstick or club. Apparently the culprit first forced his victim to the ground. We don't have any of this shown here, do we? Nope, he doesn't have any tats. Nope, none of this yet. Okay, so we'll just have to leave this. Fuck it. The man turned out to be a harmless drill salesman. He was drinking because he wasn't having much luck with his business on account of the dentist. People these days don't like strangers carrying drills poking around. And who's going to feed more children? The journalists? True. So true. Yeah, we're not going to ask any of these to stay in because they all need a bit of a rest, don't they? You can actually order to work tomorrow because you're a piece of piss. End the day here. And we probably need to hire even more people today if the job market allows. What does it say here? Massive day-long power outage in city centre. Bikers donate blood at Central Hospital. And elementary school students stuck on Ferris wheel. City Hall sort of doesn't like us. Yeah, don't count your chickens before they hatch. I completely agree. The Mafia still likes us, so we can afford to piss them off a bit. City Hall, maybe want to be a bit careful. Threadaway, first day on the job. First day on the job for German bloke. Today they are offering free admittance to all the museums in the city. I am a big fan of the art. Can I have the day off? No, you can't, German bloke. Best is you drank too much and I can't hold it together today. Can I go home? Yeah, come in tomorrow. Stop drinking, you stupid idiots. So here, yeah, we sort of have a decent load out here today. So start the day, and we also need to look into hiring more people. Just more people, just hire. That's what we do. Let's see here, request result. We can hire one more detective. Yes, good news. Let's see here, labour market. Yeah, just hire everyone in here. Heather Griffith, Jonathan Hold, and John Shano, thank you. Officer Max Bankley. I'm not hiring any of those two, just on account of their stupid names. So we'll hire in Sam Kodo for A shift, and we can hire in Gene Tar for B shift. And we are pretty much filled up here. I'm not hiring any of those two because of their stupid names. We are still kind of understaffed here, though. Let's see, a City Hall resort. We can now earn 10 more per week, and we can hire more copper. No, literally not hiring any of these. Francis Birch was able to brilliantly pass their exams. They've earned a boost. Good on them. So what do we have in terms of personnel? Are we actually a bit overstaffed maybe on... Yeah, we are just one overstaffed on little A shift now. Oh, that's actually nice. So let's get Jensen to B shift. I mean, they're all a bit crap. I kind of get why they did it, though, because you kind of had to... cut down on some of your staff so you don't have all the experience, which kind of makes the game a bit harder. So while I was initially a bit pissed off, I now understand from a gameplay point of view why you would do this. And everything here otherwise checks out. Yeah, we are good on that front, so we'll just get cracked away here. We now have harassment at Gimberton Bakery. Right in front of the store, a strange man came around the corner and accosted a young woman. She left the bakery. The owner of the bakery thinks it could be the dentist. You've got to understand, he's scaring my customers. Well, we'll get Klausner down there with Fritzemans, and they can go out there and they can have a bit of a poke around. I mean, they're quite young and inexperienced, but at least we got more than we had yesterday. That's progress, which I'm very pleased about. Apparently City Hall liked me enough, despite the fact that they're just taking stuff away from me. Oh, bloopity-doop. We now have a fight here at the Freeburg School. Headmaster Rihanna Smith reports that two mothers were fighting right there in her office. She had called them in to discuss the behaviour of their children. Well, I suppose we can work out where the behaviour was learnt from, just on a pedagogical level. It seems that Mrs. Klein's son often makes fun of the daughter of Mrs. Masters. The girl finally had enough abuse and stabbed the boy's hand with a pencil. Yeah, I'm pretty sure both of them learned it from the parents. We'll just get Purdy down there. But what about a disorderly conduct? A man with 3 pit bulls. Just pit bulls. Apparently they're bulls that have been kept in... They're bulls that have been kept in a pit. Not dogs, but bulls. Big bulls. Like the big animals that, like a cow, but a man cow. At a business centre when a local security warned him that the... I'm just going to read them that the bulls... I'm trying to keep it together here because this is amusing me more than it should. That the balls were omitted. He started threatening to let the balls off the leash. And if anyone gives them trouble... Oh, sorry about that, but that was just too funny. The man actually owner of a new bakery and he was trying to lure away Gimberton's Bakery's customers. Yeah. We have a prompt here from Blake Cage, a journalist who's doing a journalistic investigation. Mr. Boyd, I am preparing a long article for the magazine Righteous Life, and the theme in my article is cop sodomites. According to my investigation, tragic deaths are striking 13 gay police trouble across our country's great cities. A satanistic pentagram is emerging from the map. Perhaps the devil is telling them that even he cannot escape them. According to my predictions, the next death will happen right here in Freeburg. The problem is that I need to visit 6 more cities, so I don't have the time to wait around for it to happen. In fact, I'll only be in city a couple of days. I hope you can somehow, accelerate the progress. I'll pay you generously, and don't worry if the dead cops turn out to be straight, like Mayers always says, dead men don't fit the lawsuits. True, but you're a scum. The situation is more serious than we thought, requesting reinforcements. Yes, the bulls have gone rampant through the city. That's the issue down there. The bulls have gone rampant. They're forcing them through the streets like Pamplona. The fight, meanwhile, was cleared by Purdy. Officers unharmed, offenders caught. All is well. We've yet to see about the bulls. The bulls have been cleared. The bulls, offenders were caught, officers unharmed. Yes, but what about the bulls? Tell me about the bulls, people. We now have 2 calls waiting for us here. We've got a massacre at the hospital. We've got an anonymous tip that the dentist broke into the women's clinic and is killing the patients. I doubt it, somehow doubt it. We have an animal abuse at the farm. Bill Buckler says some madmen, I've got to say it in the right way then. 1 second. Bill Buckler said that some madman came into his farm with a hatchet and started attacking the cows. But what about the bulls, people? We'll get Fritz Simmons and Klausner down there. And we can probably send, I don't know, just the guard down and have a bit of a look at the hospital. Okay, we'll get David Mitchell. Come on, stop being pussies. Okay, Free can go down there and you can have a look around and chat to the nurses. That's presumably why they wouldn't go down there. They just wanted to, they looked out for the bros. That's what happened. They were doing the bro thing. And they wanted all of the bros to come down to the hospital and chat with the pretty ladies. What about here? Joker, done. Mr. Boyd, I want to shoot a scene featuring one of the finest landmarks in your city. The Corn Monument. Sorry. The Corn Monument. This is a public place, so please send 4 officers to assist. They'll keep any curious children at a reasonable distance and rein in the men and any protesting hypocrites, explaining that everything is being done by according to the law. There's only one condition. The cops can't touch the actress. She's not just, is it a porn thing? I think there might be a porn thing they're shooting. But we don't have any officers available and we're not going to do that. Animal abuse though, we have time for that. Seeing the police, the intruder puts up his hands, but he's still holding the weapon. Calm down the cows and say everything will be alright. Try to put handcuffs on the subject. Slowly approach the offender, pistol at the ready, and knock the knife out of his hands. How do we knock the knife out of his hands if we got the pistol at the ready? Clearly we should be shouting at him, telling him to put the knife down, the meat cleaver right there. But slowly approach with the gun, even though we don't want to get close to somebody with a knife, but we didn't have any proper choice. Civilians unharmed. But what about the bulls, people? What about the bulls? We now have an ADW massacre report. Everything was fine at the women's clinic. It was all just a story invented by the pro-life activists. They called the police as a part of a campaign to attract attention to the issue of abortion. Yeah, could you just not have gone over and nicked all the pro-life people? That's just kind of my point of view here. Just nick them. Just nick them, take them down for filing a false police report and wasting police time and for being ignorant fools. We now have a hostage situation with a fatal casualty, but that doesn't sound much like a hostage situation. Once the person dies, you kind of just holding onto a dead body. And nevertheless, an Elvis impersonation competition has been organised for several well-known local artists by Lindy Bryant, who volunteered to evaluate the contestants. According to the owner of the bar, this sorry excuse for an Elvis fan shouted rudely according to the owner of the bar, I'll try and read this in the right way that this is being portrayed to me, because I didn't proofread it first. According to the store owner, this sorry excuse for an Elvis fan shouted rudely at some of the participants, saying that they were nothing like the king. He then saw the woman shout, "I knew you didn't die, take me away with you, we'll live happily ever after." The bouncer threw the woman out on the street, but she grabbed a knife from her bag and stabbed him in the throat. Then Mrs. Bryant grabbed one of the impersonators and pulled him into a utility room. Okay, well that's a bit unfortunate. We don't have anyone available yet to deal with it. So, come on, clear me up here. So what about the AD dubs? Her man called in from a phone booth saying that he's under attack by a sniper. I can't get out, he just shoots at the asphalt in the feet of my road and I get out and I don't know, just... Yeah, we kind of have to prioritise the one with the already dead person here. Let's see, can we just get 2 coppers down with a paddy wagon? Yeah, we can. That means that we can assign a couple more coppers over here. 3, that's enough, right? Yeah, go off. Whatever. Yeah, we can't go to the porn thing. I think it would be a bit politically incorrect to send coppers down to do porn. Just my 2 cents on that. But we'll wait and see here about the end of the day, though. We have now the ADW. The man wearing a suit is crouched on the floor. The surrounding pavement is... What? It's real? A crowd of onlookers has gathered on the other side of the street, watching what happens from a safe distance. Put a patrol car right up to the booth. I should have sent SWAT, shouldn't I? Look at the windows and rooftop of the nearest house. Call out to the sniper. Mr. Sniper, you're surrounded. Surrender. Yeah, let's try and spot them out here. The sniper begins to bombard the phone booth with bullets. One of the onlookers says the shots are coming from an 8th floor window. Drag the man from the booth to the car, shoot the window, or run into the building where the shots came from. Oh, they all died. Oh, well, that's unfortunate. Civilians were unharmed, though, so it's only our coppers that died. Oh, that means we can hire more coppers. Great. A bunch of Elvis impersonators have gathered around the door. Swing the nightstick around until people move out of the way. Silently pass through the crowd. Everyone get back. This is the police. Let us through. Yeah, we want to try and be smooth and stealthy on this because we might take them by surprise. Inside is a man dressed like Elvis, scared to death, and a woman with a knife. Elvis, get out of here. Shoot the woman with a taser. Drop the knife and reach for the scar, buddy. Reach for the scar. Yeah, drop the knife, buddy. Drop the knife. And they did, which is very good. Everyone was unharmed. And we have a suspicious individual, but we do have dead police coppers out here. I should have probably sent SWAT. I just thought it was one of those mental people. But a suspicious individual at the... yeah, I would imagine there are suspicious individuals at the jail or prison. An old man, the opposite of young actually, in rags, racing around or pacing around under the prison gate shouting, I am the dentist, I killed all of those women, arrest me, I want to confess. Well, I mean, we'd get a couple of coppers down there, sure, what can be the harm, right? Oh, well, if we harm them, we don't have them back yet, we do now, let's get Degar and Mitchell down there. This is a joke, right? No, it's not. So you can go down there with them, although I should probably have sent the SWAT team down there. Maybe this is how we do it. Maybe it's a massive anticlimax again to the whole thing. We are about to find out, although I really doubt it. More reports coming in. No new frames found by De Brito, and 3 new frames found here. Now it's beginning to look proper. And we have over here... What? What? Oh, dead or fired. Oh, was she fired? Oh, that would kind of explain it, wouldn't it? Yeah, we can't hire anyone then. Let's go into investigations. And what do we have? What do we have? Gangs here, archive. No, nothing's been archived immediately, so go into, is it this? Close this down then, and we'll just have to wrap up the day, and hopefully tomorrow will be a bit better than what it's been today. Because we lost 3 coppers and everyone's just dying now. Suspicious individual appears to be homeless, tired of starving on the streets. Yeah, no surprise there. Well, at the very least, we're coming to the end of the day here, so let's end it here and see if we uncover any new information. We need some paperwork declared dead. Yes, I need them dead because I need to hire on more coppers. That's the main issue here. Anyway, This is the Police. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Goodbye for today.